Okay, and I'm going to put this through the slow redraw so as you can see how it actually stitches. And remember, I did this side first, then I copied, or rather duplicated, flipped it horizontally and moved it over into position. So I press on the slow redraw and I'm going to take it up to about 60. There's not many stitches there. Oh well, 74 then. That's the back stitch return. Up to the centre. And back up to the middle there. And there is only, I hope, let's get rid of that, one start point. You see it? No end point yet because I haven't as yet changed colour or put in another line. Let's drop the magnifying glass and start on these leaves. I'm going to start from here. I'm going to use my run line tool and I'm going to pick up the colour green, put a node in here and then just walk this around to here and up to that one. Into that. I'm going to pick up my parallel fill tool, satin stitch option, and give myself, I should really have carried that line up into the edge of that leaf. Okay, now I didn't choose my template before I started. Put that there. Object reshape, move my exit point down to my start point. Tell that stop. And then there's my first leaf. Go and pick up my run line tool again. And back down this row. I'm going to have to adjust the node at the top there in a minute. Out to the tip. Because I want my end point to come back down into here. Now I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to go into object reshape and I'm going to put that little round node back up on there, you. That's it. Now I haven't got that little loopy thread at the top. I'm going to pick this tool up again and lay my second shape in. I've highlighted it. Now I'm going to go into object reshape and I'm going to change the angle so as it runs straight across, and immediately you'll see the split stitch has disappeared, which is what I wanted. I'll put my end point down on that last node. Now I go and I tell that to stop, and I want to change the, it's up at 109. I don't like it that high. I find it's too crammed. Okay, I put it down onto 99. Now I need to get from here out to this one. So I pick up this tool, go into the centre of my digitizing maze, out to the edge of my little leaf shape, pick up this tool, and I'm using mainly satin because an awful lot of the designs that were made for clothing at first were made with cross stitch, and then they moved on to using satin stitch. I think as the various threads became more available, and I've moved my angle so as the stitch runs straight across. Reset that. For 99. Okay, I'm going up into Setup, choose Fabric, and I'm going to choose Max Cotton. Okay. Run line. Bring that up to there, this out to here. I'll pick my shape up again and start him here. Sorry, finish him there. I'm going to start him out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Give myself a left node at the end. And I'm keeping the treatment simple. I don't want to put in a lot of fancy fills. Put that across that way, put that down the bottom until that stop. Then go and pick up my run line tool. Now I know I've already put the brown in, but that's fine because I want them to run side by side so you get a mix of colour. And then bring this one out, and this is all to avoid jumps. I don't like seeing tie-ons and tie-offs in a design. I never have. I know my first designs that I ever downloaded, free ones off of Deshambra's Menagerie and the Gran, apart from a couple, mainly had hundreds of jump stitches, and they drove me insane because a design that was quite small could take hours to stitch out because you constantly had to stop the machine and cut the threads. And then put that angle straight across. My finish point is exactly where I need it. I tell that stop. I pick up my run line tool, back onto the brown branch, along, and then come off of that one to put this one in. Pick up my tool, highlight it by using my hand down in the bottom toolbar, reset the density on this one. Now because I went and I chose my fabric, it's already on the right density, 99. Okay, saves me having to keep doing that step. And I chose one of the fabrics that I had edited and put in what I wanted. And now I'm just going to come back a little way and come down to connect up with this one. And I'll back up with my run line tool onto that brown line. I should be a left node Maggie. Out along this one. Now it's not actually in the design, but I'm going to put in a seed case. Change its angle. Oops, teach me. I want that bit. I want that to go up to there. Actually, I need to do that on the way back. not on the way out. Okay, I'll undo that bit. Go and get my run line tool, and I like to use my travel lines as edge runs and lofts. There we go, and put the other leaf in. Change the angle. Now there's no split satin.